Oh God. Very illiquid. Very illiquid. There's no volume on this token. It's 102k. So there is volume. There's no liquidity. Or something. Something's going wrong. Why does it look like that? I don't like this. What is that? I don't think there's much volume on this token. $26. Look. That's $26 in 5 minutes. What's that? It's like $26, $84, 200. There, you had the big buy. Some big sells here. Look, $13,000. There's liquidity. There's no volume. I think that's what it is. There's volume here, so I don't understand. Binance. Okay, Coinbase is not good, so it's Binance. It's gonna. It's on a lot of. It's on derivatives. It's in a lot of exchanges. Look at that. It's everywhere, really. Market cap's relatively lower, 77 million. Look at the volume, 6 million volume. That's pretty good. That's really good. Is that it? Wow, it launched higher. It launched really high. And then it got to $24 in the last book. Oh my God. That's crazy. Look, the volume at the peak, the volume was $724 million. Oh my God. So many people sold in that. Look how many people sold. It's a lot of people sold there. And then it never recovered after that. Look. That was the euphoric moment. People like, oh my God, I've made a lot of money. Probably the founders. They probably got really wealthy from that. All right, May 21. Am I going to be able to find the chart that goes back May 21? Okay, let me just have another look. Yeah. Where's the Binance one? There it is. They've got an index as well, so that's good. They don't have all the data either. Oh. Mex might have it. Good coin. It's hard to know which chart to use, you know. I'd probably use the Mex one because the Binance has all the volume. So you really need to use Binance. But you just don't have all the data. I'm just going to use Binance. It's got all the data. What's the volume like? Yeah. It's the hardest. It's hard picking the charts, huh? Like which chart you should use Binance, but Binance doesn't always have all the historic data, so you can't always see the kind of different levels. Let me just see what the all-time high here is. Oh god, 29. Shit. Can you believe it? That was the all-time high. What's the low? We're all the way down to 80 cents. Crazy. Right. Okay. To start off really quickly, I'll just explain what happened to this token. Is that log? Yeah. Token launched in the last bull market. It launched after Bitcoin crashed, actually, according to this, I think, and it only got the pump going up to the end of the Bitcoin bull market in November. So it launched just after Bitcoin dumped. It got to a low of somewhat $5, pumped all the way to $24. Of course, the people who were invested from the beginning made the most of the money. They were able to sell right at the peak. Here, what's the volume on that? 53 million volume, and you're going up all the way up to $29. Let's just say about 23 or $20. $20. Just making this up, really. It's about $1 billion. It's about $1 billion worth of volume there in that period. Okay, I think. And it was a sell. It was a sell. Let me just mark these off. Point of control, where's the most volume in this overall range? Value area high. Value area low, just above the all-time low, which was put in August of last year, and it came for another test somewhere in October. Pumped all the way up, and now it's right back down. Okay, that's what we have. It went and made an all-time high, and it came and it's made an all-time low, registered here. Although on Binance you have this wick going all the way down. I'll have to look at that wick to see if it means anything. So this is the all-time high, all-time low. Those are your fib levels. Okay. Let me do it to the wick. Let me see if there's any difference. Sometimes these matter. Ten's only saying, they were saying it was only, it started off as a good trading coin, now it's more of a stable coin. Gary's just said, I think in still, I still hold some GTC on Binance, bought some last year. So maybe something worth something now. Yeah, it will be if you bought it last year. It'll be worth nothing more, really. Hasn't gone up in comparison to last year. It went up all the way up to $3 and it came right back down. If you bought it last year, I'm just imagining you bought it like $1. It hasn't gone up much. All right. I don't know. I almost think this wick matters, even though technically they reported the all-time low here. That's how it's been reported. That would change all the levels. The question is, which levels are more pertinent? These ones? Or this one here? I like that it went into the 50% there and it looked perfect rejection there. I like that. And I like that here as it was going up, it found resistance here and then found support. I like that too. And you can see here that the price has been kind of dancing around this fib. And this one here. And here it did come into the 236 and then it kind of pranced around until it kind of back tested here. I'm not 100% sure because technically you wouldn't use that wick, would you? Because they've reported it as here and here. Let me have a look. $236. It looks like it's kind of playing around there, but not as good as before. Not as good as the other one. This is good here. This is all good. And that, and maybe even that, potentially the front one. And maybe this. Maybe this is the right one. Okay. But it's tricky because Binance has most of the volume. And if this wick is on Binance charts, then of course you're going to get someone do this. So that causes problems for people who are trading because in one exchange you'll have a different target thinking it's the same line. It's not. I mean, for all intents and purposes, these lines are valid, yeah, on this Binance chart, and it's using the pivot low rather than the actual reported all-time low. Potentially you almost have to do both of them and that causes more headache. For all intents and purposes, they are at the same place. Look, let's just say the wick wasn't so low, it was just there. So just take, I think just take the all-time reported all-time low, just be consistent with the all-time low, but it's good to have a look at these things. So we have our volume levels, we have our range. We have the range is split into two. The 50% mark is the dividing line. That's your upper range. This is your lower range. So obviously we're in the lower range right now. And we're at the point of control. Okay. So if you want to buy this token, this is where you would buy it. Exactly here. There's no better place to buy a token than a back test on the point of control, really. When you see a point of control like this is a multi-year point of control. This is a multi-year point of control. You know, you've left it, you've come back, and clearly it's holding a support. See that? It's holding. Look at that. How many weeks does this have to hold for anyone to see that it's holding a support? It's holding, it's holding. You'd buy that, wouldn't you? You see that support is holding. It's a multi-year range point of control. You buy this token right there. Now, doesn't mean it can't go down. Doesn't mean that. The price can always go down. This is the lesson that we all have to learn. Yeah. No one knows what the price is going to do tomorrow. But this is a good place to buy it. Okay. And the reason why it's a good place, there's a reason, and it's good to know the reasons, because if for some reason the price does go down, who knows how low it can go. Because it's the point of control, the price will come back up. The point of control is like a magnet. And so it does give you that one chance to exit at break even if you were not happy. Yeah. That will give you the highest probability to exit without a loss coming in at the point of control. If something happens that you're not happy about. Yeah. So if you wake up tomorrow and it's a red candle down here, then the next candle will probably be a green candle, giving you one chance of exit effectively, because that's how the point of control is. It kind of pulls the price in. And that's what's happened here. When you look at this, how the price has left the point of control, you see, it came right back down. So it's kind of it's pulling in the price. So I think if you're bullish on this, you could buy now. And the price is only 32% from the low. So I think it's pretty good. Yeah. There are problems. One of the biggest problems with this project is all of that trap liquidity in the in this first period of the last bull market, the last period or whatever, that period of bull market. And so naturally, you're going to come across really strong resistance here at this golden pocket. It's probably going to be where the most volume was as well. So let's have a look. And then let's also get rid of these brush strokes now, because I think you got the idea of what I was trying to explain. Yeah, see where it is? So you see the point of control is exactly where the golden pocket is. Yeah. And to be honest with you, just looking at the price, it's going to take a lot of effort to get into there and clear all of that liquidity. I think that's your biggest resistance. So easily you could probably go from here to there. It's like a 500%. That's within the remit of this token. And after that, no one really knows, because the first thing that needs to happen is all of this trap liquidity, which is potentially in the hundreds of millions of dollars, needs to be cleared. It needs to be untrapped. So effectively, you'll need a similar amount of volume as the trap liquidity to get through it. And so this token will then have to go and perform better than the previous bull market. I don't know if that's possible. Okay. I think it's for these tokens that really overvalued, and where they had a high amount of volume, a lot of people got trapped. It's in this bull market, it may be difficult to untrap that. We may not have the same kind of behavior as the previous bull market. Maybe people are smarter and they're going to go and just focus on the tokens that are new or haven't moved, rather than come back to these old tokens which have moved, which have made lower lows, which is effectively what's happened. It's gone from a higher high to a lower low, and it's trapped a shitload of liquidity in the process. Yeah, that I think a token like this will be one of the worst performing ones in the context of the whole crypto market. But there's definitely a trade here to be had. It's effectively, you're not expecting another all-time low. I think that would be weird in the context of where we are in the crypto market. So you'd have an invalidation underneath the all-time low. And then you're just basically, that's your trade. And you may not even get into the value area. Who knows? So for safety, you'd probably be looking to target the 50%. That's a 1 risk 1. It's a 9. So you risk 1,000 in that red zone, and then you potentially can make a 9,000 if you get to your target without taking profit. You probably would take profit as well. And that's basically your trade. In terms of the other thing to bear in mind is the momentum. So let me just have a look at this. I don't even know which ones these are now because I've changed them so much. Let me just see what this one is. That's the 50. Okay. What's that one? 21. Let's change that to 200. Oh, there's no 200 weekly, is there? What's that one? That's the 200. That's what I wanted. Right. All right. So look. So yeah, you got a golden cross, and then your price is back underneath it. So I think what I'm getting from these moving averages is the momentum is still down, and there's still a little bit of work to do to shift the momentum back to the upside. So we still have a little bit of latent downward momentum because the price has come down so much. I think you can see that. Just put this back. You can kind of see that, right? And I think that's going to cause problems for higher prices. So I don't know. No one can really predict what's going to happen. You'd like to think that all tokens are able to get back to the all-time high, at least to clear the liquidity and make a high, because that's what you really want. Any token, every token in this bull market needs to get to its all-time high. I think that would be a big problem if a token can't get to its all-time high in this market. That wouldn't really be healthy, would it? So that would be the target, but I think it would struggle just because of all this liquidity that's here. So effectively, if and when the price does go up there, look, it's going to find resistance, and then the momentum will continue carrying it to the downward direction because they're still sweeping. They're still kind of they're still going down. Maybe the lower time frame it's not. That's the daily. You see on the daily it's problematic because you've lost it. And look where they are. So you need to get right back above already. They're also, this it is struggling, you can tell. That doesn't mean it won't go up. And the tokens like this, most of the time it's going to be based on hype. To try and attract the crowds. They might have the money to do that, because they did obviously make a lot of money in that bull market. If they have the capability of manipulating their own market and pumping it, then that's something else. But I still think it's going to be problematic for them to get past that liquidity without some kind of huge injection of volume. I think that's it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it looks like it's forming an inverse head and shoulders, huh? Let's just say hypothetically it is. Then I mean the target, the measured move would be basically back up to the golden pocket, really. Basically to there. I think that's problematic. Yeah. So if you do have it, definitely sell. 7.8, that's euphoric. I say that would be a euphoric moment. Yeah, I really wouldn't hold past that level. Not on this token. This is all speculation, by the way. It's always good if you take profit to have a little bit, just in case, you know, just in case this proves to be some kind of unbelievable exception. You get some big whale come in and buy it all up, and then you end up flipping the all-time high as support, and then you're in price discovery. See, that's where the fun begins, price discovery. And so even the tokens that I'm interested in have that problem, you know. So, you know, you've seen me look at TRVL a lot. TRVL is no exception. Oh my god. That was the analysis I did the other day. Just it's got the same problem. You know, you move down so much, you have trapped liquidity, you have downward momentum. Okay, but the reason why this token is so bullish is because look, in the downward move, we had we had 1 and 2. You see that? That's what you want to see, because that changes the momentum, because you're putting in higher closes, which is slowing down the descent. And you see now the momentum is shifting, it's changing. I don't have it. Let me go to the 3-day chart. Yeah, you see that? So it's a lot flatter. You see, even on this 3-day chart on TRVL, which has moved a bit, it's still causing problems. These downward moving averages, they still cause problems for the price as the price tries to ascend. Yeah, you could almost say this was expected, because it's been on such a higher time frame downtrend. Have $80, trading it for more slurf when I get home. Gary, you only have $80, dude. It's your last $80. He's putting it on slurp, selling his kidneys too. So yeah, so these moving averages can prove problematic, but eventually they shift. Eventually out here, you see this here in the weekly time frame. That's probably a moving average. I don't know which one it is. I'd have to go in and mess about with them. Let's say 400. Do I even have 400 on this data? No, don't think so. 300. I don't have 300. Let's try 90. Nope, not 90. It's probably one of them. It's going to be 120. See that? Look at that. This is the 120 weekly moving average, and look at the steepness of the moving average. It pulls the price down. That's what happens, and you just can't avoid it. You have to turn those moving averages. That requires the price to go up. That changes the momentum. It has to go from down to flat to up. Okay, and every token has that difficulty until it starts its move, and then you stop. Then the momentum changes, and now it's no longer down. Now it starts to go up. So this is still, as you can see, this is the weekly, 120 weeks. Can I get any more? 25. So what's this? Look, it almost looks like the 125 weekly moving average is holding the price as resistance. Yeah.